it would serve me well if I were to suppress my sexuality so that the little white girls weren't afraid of me, but more important, so that their parents would accept me. So I turned my sexual thing inward and became very sexually controlled around my sexual energy because I wanted to get along. And then when I went to the church told me that the way that I sought to love was sick, depraved, twisted, and equal to bestiality. So there again, my sense of sexuality and my sexual energy was suppressed and caged in. And so I've always grown up very guarded in that regard and really very, very, very tight in that regard. And so it's very interesting that most of the men that I have dated have had a remarkable kind of sense of their own selves, because it takes a certain, shall we say, a bit of a diva-esque personality to just kind of walk right through those walls. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Because not everybody can walk through those walls. As an adolescent child, when I graduated from high school, the drug dealers on my block had looked out for me most of my life. And despite the fact that I was shipped downtown to go to school, I felt compelled to bring everything that I got downtown back uptown. So me and some of the drug dealers and their kids on the block, we played tennis on the block. Came to Harlem, and there we played hockey on the block. Because everything I was taught, I brought it back to my people. Because I never became intoxicated with the idea that I was something that I wasn't. Oh, come on, somebody. Because I was grounded and knew who I was. So when I went to my high school graduation party, I showed up in a limousine that was paid for by two of the drug dealers on my block, because they wanted to be shareholders in my future. They wanted to make an investment in where they perceived I was going. So once again, I became very grounded and very sober, and to some degree burdened with the idea that I had to do well because I had to give back, because people were looking at my life. My father was a Rolling Stone. In 1967, he had 3 different women that gave birth, obviously, to 3 different kids. Tina was born in February, Douglas in March, and I was born in December. My father broke my mother's heart with his trifling, whoremongering self. I met him at the age of 17, but I saw my father and mother together for the first time at the age of 30. My mother was raised in the church, but had left the church, and after I was born, she went back to the church. She had been raised Baptist, but then she went to the Pentecostal Holiness Church. And the reason that she went to the Pentecostal Holiness Church was that she was looking for a religious experience that would keep her heart locked up. She was looking for a religious experience to support the fact that she had given up on love, and that she had decided that I was not going to love again. So here I am, a very grounded and sober kid, growing up, watching my mother, watching her loneliness and watching her heart bleed because of the fact that she was in love with a man who was not grounded, but who was a player and who had his hands in several different pots. I watched her not live romantically. My mother was sick with asthma my entire life growing up. And so I became a caretaker for her. There were days when she would be in and out of the hospital with asthma attacks, twice to the emergency room in one day. And I don't know about anybody else, but if you have a sick parent, it'll grow you up. If you have a sick parent that you have to take care of her, you will mature and very quick. So here again, there is another reason for me to be sober and to be cracked. Now, the funny thing about me is that oftentimes people think that I need to learn to unwind and to relax. And Aaron and Lewis, when people kind of come at me with that, I always laugh because they only know Pastor and they don't know Joseph. And what they don't know is I can teach the people a class on how to have a good time. Bless the name of our God. As a gay man, in gay man culture, if I were to do some word association with you, and if I were to say black gay men and the word creative, most of you would say, amen, Pastor, right? Stick with me, I'm done in 10 minutes, right? Because black gay men are creative. Y'all hearing me? Right? If I say black gay man and creative, you would say amen. If I said black gay man and bold, you would say if I said black, gay, male, and energy and artistic, you would say. If I said black, gay, man, and social, you would say. If I said black, gay, man, and steady and grounded, and I'm talking in broad strokes here.